One of the things that's difficult for me with youth leaders or leaders of groups are people who never get started. Go ahead and write that down. Get started. You guys are given a schedule, I bet, before TC starts. You are given what you're supposed to be doing next. There's a good chance that whoever's leading you as team captains have given you instructions on what the next thing is to do. I used to love it whenever I would go, and I used to do it to test groups of leaders at our church. I used to love it when I would go away, intentionally sometimes, Haley, I would go out of the room to see if when I came back, the youth leaders, the students who were already in there would go ahead and get started. They knew every time that we got together for Wednesday night worship that we started with prayer time. And I sometimes tested them. And I would remind them that weeks ahead of this test, guys, I want you to know that if I ever get called out of the room at the beginning of Wednesday night worship and it's 6 o'clock, I want you to start without me. And so here's what I want you to know. People who are leading you, people who are leading the conference, it will do nothing more than thrill their soul to see that you go ahead and start what you know you ought to be doing. If you need to gather the group, get them set down in the right place, get moving in a direction, go ahead and get started. All right? These are some key pieces about leading a small group. Now, we've talked about understand why you're leading, we've talked about gathering them, and we've talked about directing them. Any thoughts or comments or questions on that one? Does anybody feel inadequate to do any of those things? I hope not, because that's why you're here. People believe that you have the skills to pull all of these things off. Here's the next one. We're going to talk about involving people. Now, the worst thing in the world is to be a part of a group and feel like you have no part in the group, right? And so, tell me your name there with the white scarf on. Melissa, have you ever been part of a group and no one talked to you in the group and no one sort of involved you in the group? Maybe not really, or not really. Oh, that's good. Any of you, have you ever been in that place where you just kind of feel awkward and you keep looking around? Willie? It didn't happen to you today, did it? Okay, no, all right. Every once in a while that happens, right? And so there's nothing more frustrating than that as a person. And so you want to be sure that you are doing a couple things. When it comes to involving people, the first thing you want to do is you want to watch for loners. You remember I talked about Francis earlier when he was just being so quiet, not talking, and he was kind of sitting off on the side by himself. And then we sort of started migrating toward him, scared him a little bit by moving too close. But you want to watch for loners. And here's the piece. Tell me your name. Leon. When you find a loner, you don't want to go up to them by yourself. It's a little scary when somebody comes up and says, "Are you okay?" Right? It's like that, right? It's exactly how it feels. I scared poor Haley. She thought I was going to spit on her or something. Right. But if I really, come here, hurry. No, come close. I'm not going to hurt you. All right. And so if I said, now don't let Willie scare you. It's just Willie. All right. So if Willie and I come up to you and I say, Haley, I don't know if you've met Willie yet. Let's try a girl. She's scared of you, really, for some reason. Rosemary, come here, hurry. Yeah, you already know her. That's okay. So if there's Rosemary with me and I say, Rosemary, we're separate from Haley right now. Don't be scared. And so I say, Rosemary, Haley's kind of by herself. I wonder if we can go over and say hi to her then. So we walk over and I say, Rosemary, this is Haley, my friend. Haley, this is Rosemary. You know, you guys go to the same school. And right, just like that. And then all of a sudden a relationship's built and I can back away, right? Because that's weird when she says, oh my gosh, like that. All right. Yeah. Okay? So watch for loners and don't go alone because you'll scare them, okay? Because then they're thinking, I'm in trouble because the team captain is talking to me by himself. And so don't do that, all right? So